Welcome back. All right. So the tall board is back. And as you see, the New York Islanders are off to a good start. You know, the way that the last series between these two teams ended, they were close. And again, it was just a matter of Tampa Bay got that big lead in the series, and the Islanders weren't able to make up for it. Uh, Lessons learned. And this looks like a series that's going to be a long one. This is going to be a series but for it to be a long series, now Tampa has to win at least one in Nassau, which, as the Birds found out, isn't necessarily all that easy. So we started out with the Gord line against, and I know people don't like it being called the identity line. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it being called the identity line because I get the name for that, the reason for that name being. Unlike the perfection line, which makes you think so these guys are perfect, and that's not a thing. Hockey players are not perfect. It was scrappy on the first whistle. We're 8 seconds in, and they kind of get into it, and we end up with 4-on-4. Referees made it clear right out of the gate they were not going to stand for this, and it worked. Again, you know, these little scrums after the whistle, they don't happen if referees manage it properly. So Beauvillier couldn't bury one. Varlamov was alert on a deflection, saves a headman shot. The Islanders pressure, that draws a power play. During that power play, however, Tampa was the better team. Shorthanded chance for Ruda, and then there was a shorthanded chance as well for Coleman not long after that. So Tampa Bay playing well. In fact, there were no shots for the Islanders power play, and at 6 minutes into this game, the shot totals were 6-1 in favor of Tampa. Tampa's playing really well. No goals yet. Again, if this feels familiar to other series, it should. And I'm really starting to get a New Jersey Devils 1995 vibe from the New York Islanders. It's there. This is a team that absolutely has played their system from the opening night of this season right through till now. I'd argue they've played the same system going back to opening night of last season. And we know that ended up with the Final Four meeting with Tampa that did not result in a Stanley Cup final appearance, but maybe this is the year. The Islanders press, no shots out of that. Palmieri fires one high as the hitting was ramping up. Vasilevsky robbed Palmieri, and then there was some sticky pokey that went on after that. But guess what? Coming out of that, the Islanders had a power play. So this is that thing again where the referee's going to pull one out of that scrum. One. You guys want to do that? All right, I'm going to take one. And that's where it stops. Stops because you don't want to be the guy going to the box. So Vasilevsky stops a shot for Beauvillier. It was a better power play. It ended up with 3 shots in total. Definitely a better power play. Islanders Point then fires one high on a fast break. The shots were 8 apiece with 7 minutes left, so the Islanders really recover from that slow start. Vasilevsky, very sharp in this game. Momentum had shifted towards the New York Islanders. There was then a turnover, which gave the Bolts their best chance, which was saved by Varlamov, who was also excellent. The Islanders had 13 out of 16 shots in that period of time, since it was 6-1 in favor of Tampa. So Islanders are picking up their play here. And the crowd, kind of quiet. You're looking for this boisterous, loud audience. And it was kind of quiet for a lot of this game, right? Leddy was also taking a lot of shots in that first period. Nick Leddy firing everything from the point. They were crowding Vasilevsky as much as possible and looking for deflections. And there were a couple of almosts in that. Barzal had a net feed that nearly connects, and in the last minute there were chances for the Islanders. So coming out of the first period, the Islanders had to feel great about their game. Absolutely had to feel great about it. Second period, first shift, there's a chance for Savard, and the Bolts press. So the same in the first as in the second. Tampa Bay comes out as the better team. Bailey then hit a crossbar on a turnover. Josh Bailey doing his Mark Stone impersonation today. Ruda had a shot that was saved. Bailey causes another turnover, and Vasilevsky makes the save on the chance he gets there. So Bailey alert on the puck, getting the turnovers, and it was something to watch. Now that one was more of a giveaway where McDonough's firing it around the boards, and Bailey picks it up. But still, good play by Bailey. Bolts press at 3.5 minutes. The Islanders, though, keeping them to the outside. More turnovers. More turnovers by the Bolts are taking place at this point. Still scoreless. Varlamov then stops a shot from Gord. Bolts get a fast break. Varlamov then makes a save on Savard. David Savard had a very good game, but if some of your best chances are from Savard, I think the Islanders take that. I think if you tell Barry Trotz before this game, or as Gary Galley said towards the end of this, Brian Trotz, if Barry Trotz was told before this game, hey, your best opportunities against you are going to be from David Savard, I think he'd be like, wow, that's great. We must do a really good job in this game. The Kucherov point Palat line then was playing some keep away, but again, no prime chances. So lots of buzzing in the offensive zone, lots of passing. Great. That's fine. You guys want to stay to the outside? Fine. We will watch the inside. You're not getting anything to the net. Then there's a break for Beauvillier. That was saved. That was the second break of the period. Johnson had a backhand that was saved. Another press by Tampa Bay. Barzal then with a fast break. Vasilevsky makes the save there. Eberle couldn't bury one. Killorn had a backhand that went wide. No second chances for Tampa Bay. And then it's Barzal from Bailey at 12:32. It was a Stamkos turnover. Who gets the turnover? Bailey. And Barzal with the goal. And I put right there, Bailey's playing like Stone today to make sure I mention that in the review, that it looks like Mark Stone of the Vegas Golden Knights when you're watching Bailey in this game. Bolts then press, seeking the tie. Varlamov covers the puck, and then with 3:19 left, the Islanders get their third power play. Third in a row. Their final power play of the game, but their third in a row. And yeah, nothing for the Bolts to this state, but there was a 3-on-2 shorthanded, which misfired, and then Killorn had a shorthanded break, which was saved. So the Islanders' power play, not a factor in a positive manner. In all honesty, I think if you look at the scoring chances during the Islanders' power plays, they were at least equal. There might have been extras for Tampa Bay above what the Islanders had. And then in the last minute, the Bolts get their first power play. Kucherov fires one wide during that, but it carries over into the third period. Islanders finish off the kill. No setup by Tampa Bay. No shots combined between what starts the third and what ends the second. The Islanders then had a 3-on-2, and they pressed after that. Gaudreau then had a shot that was blocked. The Islanders clear it out. And then it's Pulock from Eberle at 5:36, and it was after a solid amount of pressure by the Islanders. And what's interesting is that's Pulock's fourth goal of the playoffs. Tampa Bay's defensemen don't have a goal yet in the playoffs. Ridiculous. And it went through Vasilevsky. That's one that, Vasilevsky's probably wishing he had back. And there was some shell shock. It went kind of quiet when it's 2-0 in favor of the Islanders. Gord had a shot then that's blocked. Nelson fires one high. And Bailey. More turnovers for Bailey. And looking at the stats from this game, we'll get to that. Because, I don't know how accurate all these stats are. But yeah, Killorn hits the side of the net as the Bolts were pressing. Again, we have no inside room for Tampa. They're not getting to the net. They're not getting those opportunities that they were against Carolina. They're not getting those opportunities that they were getting against Florida. It's just not there. Gaudreau had a shot that was blocked. And then we get the Let's Go Bolts chant going. But there wasn't a lot of it. And when there was, it wasn't nearly as thundering as you would normally hear in a Tampa crowd. At the half, things look really comfortable for the Islanders. Looks like they're settling it down. That's when I put on the Islanders gear for this review, because I was like, no, this is done. This is ugly. Because again, the Islanders are playing Islanders hockey. And it is similar to the Devils. I don't qualify it as a trap because it's not a traditional trap, but it's the modern version of it. And this is what it's designed to do. It is designed to help you have a better chance against a team that's more talented, that's maybe deeper than your team, and give you the chance to win these games. It's not an insult to say a team plays the trap. And if a team plays the trap properly, this is the kind of thing that can happen. So the Islanders were icing it, keeping the flow to a minimum. They're fine with icing the puck, just don't let there, be all these fast break chances back and forth. They have the 2-0 lead at this point. Cizikas then, their line pressed with about 9 minutes left. The Bolts would clear it, but the Islanders come right back in. They went out with the Barzal line after. Right back into the zone. Keep that pressure. Keep it at their end. Pelech then stopped a Palat fast break. He had a great game. Pulock then knocks down point. The fans wanted a call there. There were a few penalties they tried to call in that third period. Sergachev with a turnover, but the Bolts would recover it. And then Savard had a shot that was blocked. Again, if David Savard's the one getting these shots, and he was pinching a lot today, kudos to him for the effort. But again, if I'm Trotz, I take it. The Bolts then iced it with 4 minutes left. The Islanders giving them nothing. Just nothing. For the Bolts to be forced to ice the puck with 4 minutes left says really all you need to know about a game in Tampa where the Islanders are up 2-0 in the third period. The Bolts have not been shut out in 40-plus games in the playoffs. I think it was 40 games, tonight being the 41st. They wouldn't be shut out tonight, but again, it shows that the Islanders are doing something that really doesn't happen very often in hockey, shutting these guys down. Goalie pull with 2.5 minutes left. I think they wanted to get him out sooner than that. They didn't really have the opportunity. Stamkos had a shot saved with 1 minute and 38 seconds left. The Bolts go to the power play. It's a 6-on-4, and it's Brock Nelson with the high stick. You have to call that. So, yeah, the Bolts go to the power play. It's a 6-on-4. Hedman had a shot that was tipped wide. There was a shot block then on Stamkos. But, again, 6-on-4, it's a little bit too much, even for the vaunted Islanders trap and what they're playing here, right? Point scores the power play goal from Killorn and Kucherov at 19:07. The Bolts would call a timeout. Now, John Cooper took his time to call that timeout. He took a while to call that timeout, trying to get as much downtime for these guys who'd just been on the ice for the power play as possible. But with 23 seconds left, the Islanders ice it. Again, they're happy with icing the puck and just, kill the clock. There was a lot of pressure by Tampa Bay in those last 23 seconds of the game. No really fantastic scoring opportunities to be had. Keep them to the outside. Keep those point shots as their best chances and just give them nothing. And that's the Islanders win this one 2-1. They now lead the series 1-0. And it looks pretty good if you're an Islanders fan right now that you come out of game one in Tampa, you come out with the lead. Not too shabby. Shots in this one, 14-11 Islanders in the first, 9 apiece in the second. Tampa Bay outshoots the Islanders 11-8 in the third. Both teams had 31 shots in the game. Power plays, the Islanders 0 for 3. Tampa Bay 1 for 2. Hits, 41-40 in favor of the Islanders. Block shots, only 13-8 for the Islanders. A lot of shot blocks. I don't really trust the shot block total. Yeah, there were a lot of block shots out there. And yeah, 13-8. According to the official stats, Varlamov saves 30 out of 31, continues to be the most underrated of the 4 remaining goaltenders, and Vasilevsky saves 29 out of 31. And yeah, the Pulock shot, he probably wants that back, but he played a very good game. The problem is the Islanders didn't give them anything. So it definitely amplifies that goal, and that's your winner. Pulock, his 4th of the playoffs, which is 4 more than all of the defense for the Bolts put together. Fascinating series, off to an incredible start if you're an Islanders fan. And for Tampa, they now have to win 4-6 to take out the Islanders. Are they capable? Yes. But we'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.